Hello, everybody. Welcome to Magic Talk. I am not your host, James Lantine. Actually, he's late. I don't know what he's doing. He said something about getting held up, eating turkey. But I think that might be due to our show today. We're actually going to be talking about the holidays because this is going to be a special start off to all of your holiday seasons here at Magic Talk. And we've got a couple of things to talk about in relation to that. All right, we're going to get into that after this.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
The art of magic is mystery, majesty, pageantry, and craft. It's also about history, marketing, networking, and more. All of these topics and others are discussed on Magic Talk with your hosts, renowned magician James Lantine and owner of the White Rabbit Magic Shop, Joshua Lantine, now on Rough Edge FM.
Self like that.
Like what?
I'm the owner of the White Rabbit Magic Shop. I completely forgot about it.
Oh, darn.
What?
So, did we already start?
Yeah, you
Oh.
were late.
Okay, so we're on. Well, we are without a producer today, and normally when we're without a producer today, the computer is right here, but the computer is not right here. The computer is over there, which means I'm double dutying, and I need to get up.
You seem out of sorts.
I am.
Is it because you don't have things the way they should be?
Yes.
Well, you could fix that.
So,
I mean, I'll wait. We were waiting for the first half of the show. Come on.
I know, but we are. We have our new screen in the background.
I do see that. That's really cool.
And we have our little halos.
I was going to say, to me, the screen looks rather green, but I'm sure everybody else looks at it and says, wow, that's really cool. That's really professional looking. They finally got all their things in order, and they got the logo. They've got what they're talking about. It doesn't look like it's all blown out because of light and the background and everything.
Yeah, we finally we don't have to worry about the lights glaring on the TV.
We just look angelic.
It only took us 258 shows to get there.
It happens.
I'm proud of us.
It kind of sounds like the country too. Only took 200 and some odd years to get to this point, and it's okay. Well, we've been around for a little more than 200 and some years.
Yeah, we'll have to do the math, but not right now. So anyways, we have Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow, Good Friday. And by the way, for anyone posting comments, unfortunately, we will not be able to see them until after the show.
Yeah.
But we will respond to your comments afterwards. We just can't see them right now.
Well, I know, because
we are not mentalists. If we were mentalists,
yes,
we
true.
would be able to see them.
That is true. I tend to shy away from said craft. I don't. Mentalism doesn't like me as much.
It doesn't?
I don't know. It must be the MS, I think, because
you can't. Yeah, you're not convincing.
I can't remember what I'm supposed to remember right now. How am I supposed to remember what other people are thinking? It doesn't work that way. I don't think.
That's true. That's a good point.
Ask my wife. She's always. I can't read her mind either.
Wow. That's not a mentalist. It takes a lot more than a mentalist to read wives' minds. So, psychic. That might be the realm you're looking for.
That's
anyway.
True.
We got some good stuff that came into the store, so be sure to check it out. We are running a Good Friday special, as well as a Small Business Saturday and a Cyber Monday. It is all the same special, although maybe on Saturday, we might throw in a little extra something, or maybe on a Monday we might throw in a little extra something, maybe like a free gift if you order.
We're trying to be generous this holiday season, so not just what you would expect on Black Friday or any of the individual days. Actually, you're going to get an entire weekend of good sales.
Yeah,
and that is both in store and online too.
Yes, and
we're encouraging people to come and visit.
We would like you to come and visit.
Yes.
In fact,
it's well worth it, actually.
If you come and visit, we will definitely give you a gift with your order.
We can talk about that.
Should I clear that with you first? Oh darn, already done. Sorry. But we have redecorated, reorganized the store, redecorated it. It looks great. It is set up for our Magic Burrow, so we have the elevated seating in the back, and we got lots of space. So come down, check it out. It will be worth your trip. We have over 2,500 items in stock,
something like that. We're getting very close to 3,000.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a lot.
2,500.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's too
much.
much.
And it's not just the stuff that we have via download or anything like that. It's actually physical product. Hence the reorganization, because it was starting to. We like to pride ourselves on, like, hey, we're the cleanest magic shop. You can find things in our shop, and it started to get to the point where, like, we're leaning away from that. We need to clean up and reorganize.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we did is we're not displaying every piece of magic that we have online. So we only have certain items that are being displayed in the store.
Reversed, yes. Sorry,
Reversed?
the way you said it sounded like we're not displaying everything online anymore. We're actually just...
Oh, yeah, reverse that. So in the store, we do not have everything that we have online.
Yes.
And so if there's something specific you're looking for, I have a question.
What?
Because we have some magic that has been sitting on our shelves since 2012.
Since the beginning of the shop.
Since the beginning of the shop. So is it a good idea to have that kind of stuff? Because every so often someone comes along and says, oh, I'm looking for that, I will buy it. Or should your magic shop only contain the newest items that are coming out?
Well, I mean, I do suppose with that example in mind, we do have people who find things, lost treasures, we'll say, and we have it because we've had it since the start, or whatever it may be. If we didn't have it, we just lost a customer. We just let somebody down in the magic world, and that's. I feel like there's a balance. You want to have all these new things, and you don't want to necessarily have everything, because you're going to be sitting on everything for a little while. I feel like what we've done before with the clearance aisle, I think that's probably the best thing we can do for it, because it's hey, it's been sitting forever, so here, even better deals on it.
So I do know that, as a magic shop, we should always have the staples, like the magic wands,
yeah,
and the silks, and the threads, and different things like that.
Other various trick decks or whatnot.
Yeah. But I mean, we have some stuff in the store that's been released a while ago, and a lot of times what ends up happening is we find out that we're the only ones who still have it.
Mm-hmm.
And so oftentimes that's how people stumble across our store online, is because they're looking for something specific. It's been out forever. Nobody else has it. We do. And we get them as a customer. So there's some pros and cons, but one thing I would suggest is do check out our clearance items.
Mm-hmm. Those are things that have been sitting for a very long time.
And they're on clearance, but they're also part of the sale.
The sale? Yes, actually.
Black Friday is so Saturday and Monday.
Yep, that's all. That is all store. What is that? Store wide. So no, it doesn't matter what item it is or what section it's in. It's all gets the 25% off.
So that's pretty cool then, because on some of those clearance items, they'll be getting up to 75% off.
Oh yeah, that's it's already about 40% off.
Yeah, 40 to 50, depending on what the item is.
Yeah.
So that's a really good deal. So check that out at wr-magic.com and look at the clearance section. There's some gems in there that you might not have even seen or haven't seen in a long time. And we're trying to thin the herd to make more room for the newest stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I will say for new stuff is that people, it seems like for every one parlor trick or for every one coin trick or whatever, there's like 6 card effects that have come out.
Well, yeah. 'Cause when anybody ever thinks of magic, it's like, oh, card trick.
Cards is king.
Yeah. Card.
So in social media, they say content is king and consistency is queen. So in magic, cards are king.
Yeah. And I suppose in that regard, coins are queen.
That's true. When I was growing up, it seemed like magic was more of the staple stuff, like the Hippity Hop Rabbits and the Run Rabbit Run and the Fraidy Cat Rabbit and the Stratosphere and the Dagger Livestock Vanish and all those kinds
Square
of
and circle.
Square and circle. Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
a big one.
everybody had their own square and circle, even ones that they made themselves.
Oh, yeah. And now it's like we don't even have a square and circle in the shop.
Nope, we sold our last one.
So it's weird because it seems like there's been a huge dynamic shift from parlor magic to close-up magic.
I know why, too.
Why?
Well, I do believe that did start with Chris Angel.
Why Chris Angel?
Well, he was the guy who did that. He kind of took magic off the stage.
Well, David Blaine did.
David Blaine is another element.
Yeah.
David Blaine's the guy who took magic to the streets. I mean, you always saw the TV specials with Chris Angel, and he was doing these quote unquote these stage level stuff or these stage style things, but they were in front of people, like in front of people. They weren't the stage and then audience. It was he did one where it was a penetrating gate. It was like that the whole walking through walls thing,
Yes.
except he did that in a guard, what do you call that? A property line gate. He pulled up a curtain of some sort, and then he just walked right through it, and that was the whole deal. And then I know David Blaine brought magic to the streets, which is where I think that whole, card tricks and magic, that was the proverbial close up. That's when it really started to take off. And then you had other people snowballing it, like Matt Franco. And then after that, there was Shin Lim.
So
and whatnot.
I'm gonna say I agree with you for the most part, but I think close-up magic is becoming more dominant because people have now learned that you can perform close-up on a stage. Because that's what Shin Lim is doing, and Matt Franco's doing a lot of that. And so I think they're showing that even though the trick is small, it can still pack a big punch on stage. Yeah. So not only can you perform it up close to people, but you can also perform it on a live stage if you have the right equipment.
I mean, definitely not in the same realm of Shin Lim or Matt Franco, but even Jeff McBride kind of did that, where they were stage level stuff, but it was a lot of it is manipulations, like card manipulations. He does coin stuff. I've seen him do the thimble manipulations, and some of his more grandiose things were his mask routine.
Right.
Oh, he's really famous for that. But he's basically on stage playing with cards.
Right.
And it's
he's a master manipulator.
Yeah.
Not working with big props.
No.
That kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm torn because I love the stage performances. I love the big props.
Yeah.
And I obviously can do close up, but I would much prefer being on a stage with the bigger stuff. And not even necessarily things that look like props, but things that look like everyday things that, become props.
I suppose that's it's more like the David Copperfield style things, except David Copperfield has things that look more prop-ish.
Well, and he's
And
got
then-
grandiose kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very larger than life. That, or even Siegfried and Roy had that with their lions.
Yeah.
And then all of the productions that they did with that.
Siegfried and Roy had so much going on their stage; it was impossible to even. You couldn't absorb it all. It was like, I mean, they could walk an elephant out on stage because they had so much activity that you'd miss it. You know, it was just mind-boggling watching. It's just like, whoa. I mean, yeah. Anyway,
That reminds me of there was a video I was watching about it was a card trick, but the guy was saying how, look, you have so much distraction here. You could go and do anything. You could palm a small child if you wanted to. They're not looking at you. That line just stuck with me. You could palm a small child. You wouldn't get caught. That reminded me of that.
yeah.
You could go walk an elephant on stage or palm a small child.
Yeah.
You're okay.
All right. We're going to do a quick little trick review. Do we know the price?
The price of that one,
Yeah.
the mini.
So, unfortunately, unless I get up and I actually play the music, which I suppose I could.
Yeah, well, I'm looking it up.
Okay, I will go up and I will do that. So the trick we're going to review is the Phantom.
We have the stage version of this. Speaking of stage, right?
Yes, the stage version is, I believe, $250.
Yes.
And this version is much cheaper than that. Thank you.
I would hope so. You're not getting as much.
Here we go.
Is it good? Should I buy it? Does it suck? Did I get ripped off? Is it more of a craft project than a magic trick? These questions and more answered now on the Magic Item of the Week here on Magic Talk.
Okay, so this is called Phantom Mini. Hopefully it's showing up and not getting captured by our green screen. It should be okay because it's red, not green. But so Phantom Mini is essentially a small Polaroid.
Yeah.
That you get.
It is literally just like the stage version of the Phantom,
Yes.
where the card's coming out, except this time they took away an element to make up for the fact that it's so tiny. Though you can still perform, basically you can perform the stage version. It's up close. It's just there's one that's a little different. Like the mechanics and such are different on one of the phases.
So think of a card.
Okay.
Got one?
I think so.
What is it?
The 8 of clubs, or 8 of spades, excuse me.
The 8 of spades.
Yes.
So Harry was actually thinking of the 3 of hearts.
Sorry, dude.
So that's what Harry predicted. So you said the 8 of spades?
Yeah.
Okay. Concentrate. Ooh, look at 8 of spades.
Nice.
So, ooh, he still wants you to have the 3 of hearts. Anyways, it's a clever little trick.
Yeah, it's actually,
You can show both sides of it.
there is one dirty card, but they do give you one as another Polaroid as an examinable card.
And what's cool is they also give you a couple of extra inserts. So if you want to do,
Looks like celebrities.
pick a celebrity and you go, look, Marilyn Monroe as a baby. And then you say, okay, so that's it. And then you can change it.
Yeah. So it literally the same type of effect as the big stage version, but it's you just have the mechanics are a little different.
It still works really smooth.
Oh yeah.
So
That's one thing I was actually getting kind of nervous about with this is like if it's so, we know how the big stage version works, but if it's gets narrowed down, that take away the ease of use.
Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta practice a little bit with the manipulation of it, so it's not looking like you're doing anything. But how much is it?
This one is $95.
$95.
Yeah.
All right. Now I know you're probably saying, "Good Lord, $95 for a little tiny card," but there's a lot of mechanics that are going on in here.
Yeah.
That have been very creatively done and pretty transparent or invisible. It's
a ready-made gimmick too, which is really nice.
Yeah, there's no craft project at all. There is if you want to switch out the gimmick to Marilyn Monroe or something like that.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
But believe me, there's obviously a lot that went into putting these things together, and they do seem to be well constructed. So for me, I think 95. I mean, at first look, I'd probably be like, ooh, $95. But the Illusion one or the Parlor one is $250.
So, yeah, you're getting a tremendous deal on that.
Yeah. So
and it's just as good. Perfect. Actually, really is perfect for a walk around setting.
Yeah.
Because that takes if you're thinking of pocket space, this takes up no pocket space,
right.
And you just need a deck of cards or some manner of forcing.
And it is delicate, so it's not something you're going to want to abuse or anything like that. You are going to want to handle it carefully, so that your gimmick will last.
Now, would you imagine that you could carry that around in your wallet?
No,
I
would be too afraid because of the film.
Okay.
That it would get bent, or people have credit cards and there's creases, and so I wouldn't carry it in my wallet.
But jacket pocket, that's probably more the speed.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. You just want to be careful that you're not bending it or putting any kind of a crease in it or anything like that.
I can imagine.
It is a film.
Yeah.
So you do want to handle it pretty carefully.
I was going to say, I can imagine if there's a crease in there, it would really affect the mechanics.
Yes.
Of the gimmick.
So that's just in the Phantom, $95. You could get a Black Friday or Small Business Saturday or Cyber Monday deal.
Mm-hmm.
So take advantage of it.
Call it the holiday weekend deal.
The holiday weekend deal. Okay, so one of the things that I'm finding is, the economy right now, I don't know how other magicians are doing, but the number of shows and everything seems to have slowed down.
Yeah.
At
least the hiring of shows on our end, it seems like it's not as plentiful as it used to be, because people would call up all the time and say, "Oh, how much is this? How much is this? Can you do this? Can you do a show like this?" And it's really tapered in.
So, I think Christmas shows, but one of the things that I've noted, and we've talked about this before with Gig Salad and Bark and these other types of organizations. I think a lot of people now are accustomed to going to some type of a service like Gig Salad or Bark to find their entertainment. So they're not as likely to go and look up in the yellow pages for magicians and find a magicians.
I don't think anybody.
I guarantee you they're not doing that
anymore. I think I know what yellow pages are used for now, and it's either a stepping stool or a doorstop. If you still get a yellow pages, I don't know.
Have you even seen a yellow page?
Me? Yeah.
You have?
I was born in '93. I've seen a yellow page. I used the yellow page to get on the counter so I could go and get my snacks.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
That's what I thought it was for the longest time. Or to hold the door open.
So I think, people aren't going online and searching for magicians per se or anything like that. Obviously, some people still are.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that a large majority of people now are using these types of services. So if you're not there, they're not there.
I think I know why that is too.
Why?
Online dating culture.
a good.
I'm going to stake my
analogy.
claim there. It's the generation of the online dating, and that's they don't know how to find anything else unless it's on the online dating realm.
That is a really good analogy. I think you might have something there. So
I have a few gems every now and then.
yeah, wow. So the online dating culture. There you go.
That's not my culture. That's my brother's culture, unfortunately. My baby brother too.
Baby, yeah. That's a first on Magic Talk. Yeah, we have now determined that people
getting a gig is like going on an online date.
Yeah, so getting a gig. So whatever, if you're on a dating website or anything like that, whatever you're doing there, do it on one of these other sites like Gig Salad or something.
I don't know if you're going to get the same audience that you're looking for if you're doing that.
No. Don't they on like the online, don't they do like a swipe left or a swipe right?
Yeah, and they have different pictures that you can put up, and some pictures, depending on what you're looking for, they could be, wholesome, or they could be thirst traps, or you could do you know what a thirst trap is?
No.
A thirst trap? It's you use your imagination, but you dress yourself a certain way in order to go and elicit a response from the viewer, and it could be any viewer, but you're kind of putting yourself out there that way.
What is the purpose? Do they have like a money site somewhere else where you can?
I'm sure
for other things.
I'm sure it's for the attention.
Wow.
Or it could be that too. I don't know.
A thirst site.
A thirst trap.
A thirst trap.
Yeah.
All right.
It makes you thirsty.
I'm gonna put out a thirst trap. We'll see how many people end up hiring me for the show.
Hey, if people are thirsty for magic, then I'm sure.
Yeah.
You could show off your skills.
Absolutely. So we also have another. So this is going back a ways.
Yeah, this one is. Speaking of tricks we've had for a little while, we have this isn't as old as the way back, but it's been sitting for a little while. But it's a really good trick. This is the super prediction.
I thought it was the floating deck trick.
Yes.
Some of it is disappearing in the green.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's yellow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yellow does make green.
Does it? No, they can't see it down there.
No. But yes,
Okay.
This is the super prediction card. And what this is a an envelope, which is your prediction, and then you also have a deck of cards that you have the spectator freely start dealing out one at a time, and they stop wherever they want. And then inside your envelope, your black envelope, which has been sitting out in plain view the whole time, is the card that matches the card they stopped on. And I'm sure, especially for other magicians, that you can have a pretty good idea as to how this is operated. But
can you show the card before and the card after?
Yeah. Yep, you can. So, I mean, it's obvious I don't know how to say that without revealing too much, but
okay.
That's we'll keep it at that. But yes, you can show the card after, you can show the card before, and there are 4 possible outcomes.
Oh.
And it all comes out of this, and you can show at the end of it all, you can show the envelope to be empty.
Okay.
So, which is really clever, actually. I like the way that they did this, because you wouldn't imagine you have 4 outs for one envelope like that.
Nice.
And it's not like they come out like from the back or the front. They come out the same direction. It's it is with the deck of cards, you could have potentially 4 different forces.
Nice.
Which is really cool.
I don't think I've seen this.
You haven't seen this? Why?
No.
I think you have. You might not have haven't done it in a little while.
And it's $22.
Yes.
See?
So
I'm psychic.
You read it on my phone.
Oop, I read the price tag.
That too. Well, I can't read that well. But anyway, so yeah, this one, I like this one a lot. It is one of those not self-working, but near self-working type of deals. There is some amount of, in order for it to look good, there is some amount of manipulation, at least with the envelope. But it can reset instantaneously. And I feel like it's one of those tricks you can go and take it from a multitude of different performance environments. Like you could do a walk around, you could do a close up. Heck, like basically what you were talking about, it could be like Shin Lim or Matt Franco and then do it on stage. You just have to have a really good camera. What else are you bringing in?
So speaking of Tenyo.
Yes, just in case it wasn't abundantly clear with all of the Japanese writing, this is a Tenyo effect.
Yeah. So we have gotten in the new Tenyo items.
Mm-hmm. This is 2025.
Yeah. And, you know, one of the things, when I was a kid, Tenyo, every time there was a Tenyo line coming out, I mean, it was like, what did they get this year? What did they get this year? Because they always made really cool stuff. And you know, a lot of times it's kind of a kiddie thing. It's, you know, it's more of a toyish kind of feel or look. But sometimes they do produce things that, you know, you could put in your professional show. Yeah. And it wouldn't be an issue.
Like that, the plunger. Actually, I think the perpetual puzzle is another one.
Yeah, perpetual puzzle. The plunger is a good one. The briefcase is a good one.
I noticed they have two lines too. They've got their standard type of Tenyo line, and then they also have one that's like their World's Greatest Magic or World's Greatest Magician one. That's where there's a line? Well, yeah, it's because it even has a different label on it, but it's just kind of, I don't know if it's taking inspiration or if they're working with like a collaboration with the magician who made the base trick of it.
Right.
And then they decided to produce it in their Tenyo fashion. Because that was the briefcase that you were talking about, the one with the golf ball that you're able to take out, and it's out of that one tiny little briefcase.
Right.
And
so just a quick review. This one is a ring box. So you put a ring inside and you vanish it, and
you can make it come back.
And then it vanishes again, and then it turns into money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually the ring, it's gone, it comes back, and then there's money. So one of the things that is a little quirky about it is that you're flipping the box over, and then you're showing the ring is gone, and then you're flipping the box over again, and then you're showing the ring is back. So it kind of is like, okay, well, so I just rotate the box, and it goes somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the money comes out, that's where the kicker comes in, and I think that's where it makes it worth it. Because otherwise it's like, well, you're just turning the box, so what?
Yeah, it's kind of, what's that remind me of? That's the one kid's trick that is the sucker die box.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, where and it's, wait, no, it's not here. It's moved completely, where you can open up all the drawers.
And then it's money.
Yeah.
So the next one is called Crystal Pyramid.
That one's kind of cool.
You have a box that's sitting inside a pyramid, a plexiglass pyramid, and you place a coin into a slot, and it appears inside the box. And you can actually initial the coin and different things like that.
Oh, so it's legitimately going there.
Yeah, so that one I'm kind of interested about.
So I'm imagining there's some amount of coverage. You go and you put a cover over it, and then it.
Yeah, it does look like they are. Coverage.
It's like a silk of some sort, and then it magically appears underneath the plexiglass pyramid in the box.
And then this one, you take a washer, or not a washer, but a bolt.
Yeah.
And a nut.
Yes.
Yes, not the bolt, the nut. And you apparently are smashing the glass on this frame. And so you show it, and it's got all this cracks and everything like that. And then with a couple of passes, one by one, the cracks start to vanish and the frame gets healed again.
Yes.
So
you cover it with the silk, and then you go bang, 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 and then you open it up, and it looks like you've just obliterated it. And then you see it restore itself,
right?
Which is nice.
This one we're going to have a problem with because of the green. but this one is a prediction trick.
Will they see the cube at least?
They should hopefully see the cube at least.
So is that one? It looks like it's a mentalist trick where you're able to have a card selected or thought of, excuse me, and they have a die that is rolled, and on the face of that die is the card they're thinking of.
Okay. But there's a lot of cards on the face of that die.
Yes, but there's like the one that they're thinking of is they can find it on that side.
Okay.
But it's one actually it's after they roll it and whatnot, or they turn it onto one particular side. From what the video looked like it was something to that
let's
effect.
read the description. No. I have no idea.
Not even close.
Oh, do we have translate?
Do you have translate?
Do we have translate?
I don't know. You moved over to the iPhone. That's right.
I know I did. Translate. Okay. So let's take that camera. I would say this is Japanese to English. All right, let's see how well this does.
If anybody speaks Japanese in our audience, let us know if the phone is doing it justice. I'm also
asked me to think of one of the playing cards drawn on the large human. It is a magic that you can guess without asking any special questions. Because you can deal with 2 to 4 people at a time, you can easily show incredible mind reading skills at parties, etc.
Okay.
You can easily master it with a clever principle.
So that makes more sense. So that when they look at the die and they think about a card.
It is a mind reading technique using a cube with a playing card. Step 2. Just by holding your hand. Step 3. I will hit the card that the opponent thinks exactly.
Wow. That's kind of a...
You can show it to 2 to 3 people at the same time.
But opponent, that's very combative.
Yeah, I'm guessing that maybe words don't exactly translate correctly. And you know what? Let's find out what is the name of this trick.
That is the six-sided psychic.
The card you thought will be hit. Sixth sense cube. Sixth sense cube.
Huh.
Is what this translates to.
Funny, because the trick itself is called six-sided psychic.
Well, maybe in Japanese they call it something different. So.
Or like you said, it translates differently.
Yeah. So anyway,
that is $19, by the way.
So the 2025 line is a pretty good line.
Yeah, I like it. 1923. Keep talking.
Crystal Pyramid is what I believe it is called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's alphabetical.
Crystal Pyramid. That is 21. I'm going to make a guess. That is 22. This one is what, ring box?
Yep.
All this dead air. It's really good in it.
It is called the Wandering Box.
You are correct. Wandering Ring. And that is 22. And I was correct. What do you know?
Wow, psychic. So check it out this weekend. We have a limited quantity, so if it's something that you think you might be interested in, definitely take care of it with the sale that's going on this weekend. And
if you are doing it online, I do believe that it has to be activated via your the code that is given with the emails that we send out. So if you're looking for the code, then just go online to wr-magic.com, sign up for our email list, and then we will be sending out another email letting everybody know what that code is again.
Okay.
So you can take advantage of it.
All right. Let's see. Anything else on the horizon?
If you are going to be in Santa Paula over the weekend, that is specifically on Saturday. Is it this Saturday that the parade is happening?
Yes. Saturday, the parade is happening at 6:30 p.m.
So if you want to come and check it out, we will be in the parade.
Yes, White Rabbit will be in the parade. And we also have a Magic Burrow from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
on Sunday.
And I don't know if I talked to you about this or not, Josh, but for the Magic Burrow, instead of doing a hybrid one where there's some virtual and some live, it kind of makes that difficult to balance because the virtual people tend to get ignored.
We don't want that.
No. So what we're going to do is we're going to start up a virtual one, and that will be called the Warren. So we have the Burrow, which will be the live session, and then we have the Warren, which will be the online session. So we'll do a special session just for the online folks, and I think it will make it balance out a lot better.
Yeah.
There'll be more information coming out in an email with that. But if you are in the area, come on down to the Burrow from 1 to 3 p.m. on Sunday. We'd love to see you. And
you will not be disappointed.
Yes. And so I'm going to march over here to the computer, and I'm going to allow Joshua to close out the show with at White Rabbit Magic.
We believe in magic.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.